Hello there, and welcome to our breakfast tonic on television. You're welcome to iBrand Daybreak Thursday morning, or Wednesday morning, I beg your pardon. And I have with me here, as usual, my partner in the profession and friend in the field, Margaret Oba. Hello, Margaret.
Good morning, Michael. It's always you can't wait for the weekend. You're already running to Thursday.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to it because I have something special coming on this weekend. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I'd rather keep it to myself.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well, it's an amazing Wednesday morning. You're making me want to say Thursday morning now, but it's an amazing Wednesday morning, and we have a lot for you in the studio today. We start with the news update, then the paper review, then we'll go to the tweet central. Well, before that, we'll have the topic for the day, and of course, today Chijideze will be standing by to bring up to speed with what's happening in the world of sport. But first of all, we would delve right into the news updates. The first is the presidency on Tuesday warned that it would deal decisively with any group that does anything to undermine the democratically elected government in the country, even if some unruly feathers would be ruffled in the process. The presidency also expressed its readiness to keep the country together, even if it involves fulfilling unruly feathers in the process. Unruly feathers in the process. The presidency, in a statement issued by the special advisor to the president of media and publicity, Femi Adesina, in Abuja, alleged that some persons have planned to hold an illegal conference where a vote of no confidence will be passed on President Muhammadu Buhari. It further said that some highly placed individuals, in collaboration with some religious leaders and foreign elements, were working hard to undermine the sovereignty and corporate existence of the country.
Now, one of the students abducted by bandits from Greenfield University in Kaduna has been released. The mother of the released student, Lorita Atahiru, confirmed this. Some parents said the student was released after negotiation between the parents and the bandits, where ransom was paid before the release. Lorita, however, refused to comment on how her son was released.
Meanwhile, parents and members of the Students' Union Government SUG of the abducted students of the College of Forestry Mechanization, AFACA, in Kaduna State on Tuesday protested at the gate of the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. The protesters lamented that what they described as negligence of the state and federal government in securing the release of the children. They chanted songs of solidarity and displayed placards demanding prompt rescue of the students. On March 11, 39 students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization AFACA in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State were abducted from their hostels by bandits dressed in military uniforms.
To Tanzania now, where the President Samia Suluhu Hassan arrived in Kenya on Tuesday for a two-day visit aimed at strengthening ties between the two East African neighbors after years of feuding. Now, once a close ally of Kenya in the East African community, Tanzania has distanced itself in recent years from the regional bloc under President John Magufuli, a period of growing regional bloc and a period of growing economic rivalry and accusations of unfair trade practices between the two countries. Hassan, who became her country's first president in early April after Magufuli's sudden death, was received by two ministers on her arrival in Nairobi before heading to the presidency.
And still on the foreign scene, former President Donald Trump on Tuesday launched a space on his website where he can post messages that can be shared by others to Twitter and Facebook sites where he remains banned. The move comes a day before a decision from Facebook Incorporated Oversight Board to whether to uphold Trump's indefinite suspension from the platform. Now, Trump was barred from a slew of social media platforms following the deadly January 6th storming of the U.S. Capitol by his supporters. The site, which was first reported by Fox News, is dubbed from the desk of Donald J. Trump and contains posts from Trump that can be shared and liked.
And that's the way it is today on the news update. We'll take a breather now. When we come back, we'll bring you the top stories on some of today's Nigerian dailies. Stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This now real banger. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food is done ready. Everybody follow me, chop a banga, hey banga, make you follow me, chop a banga, cook don't easy. Bangana palm fruit, where they come out. Put them inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup where you like. And other food them like rice, beans, and even yam. Now Pali Agro Product Limited then they manufacture them. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, for make your food yum.
Hi everyone, my name is Chinwe Ebili. I'm here to introduce to you a very nutritious food produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited. For this reason, the market has increased in stock. What are we talking about? True unripe plantain flour. It
It's still Wednesday morning here on iBrand, and the show still remains Daybreak. Right now, we're going to bring you the top stories on some of today's Nigerian dailies. And here with us to analyze the issues arising, we have Dr. Dayo Kayode, a political technocrat. Hello, Kayode, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're trying to mimic.
Okay, we are starting, we're raising the curtain with the Guardian, from where we have Finance Ministry fails to tender evidence for $7.5 billion withdrawal, or 5 billion naira. Now, National Assembly Minority Caucus compiles Buhari's alleged impeachable offenses. Travel ban on India could hamper drug imports, hike prices, say pharmacists, and plans to overthrow Buhari abound, presidency alleges. Margaret.
Okay, now we'll move over to Vanguard newspaper. The screaming headline says, Anguished parents protest at the National Assembly accuse federal government of neglect, and one abducted Greenfield Varsity student fled after parents paid 20 million naira ransom. And also, it's another part of the story says the top part says politics and moral laws. Page 2 has the story, and Lagos Assembly suspends 3 local government chairmen for alleged misconduct. Federal government to cut personnel costs, merge MDs, and prosecuting kidnappers, bandits, not federal government's job. Coming from Lai Mohammed. Beneath the paper says 4.5 million naira bank documentation shouldn't take 12 years. Ogara Union tells AGF and British government, and also 61% inbound travelers to Lagos untraceable in April. Yeah, Michael?
Yeah. And that takes us to the nation. Anxiety over abducted students as deadline expires. Herders evicted from Ondo Forest, Kwara Village. Lagos slams 5 sexual charges on Baba Ijesha. Army got 1.08 trillion naira in 28 months, says Minister. First Bank loses 13.2 billion naira to bad loans in first quarter. Presidency, we've uncovered plot to bring down Buhari with riders. DHQ warns military chiefs, politicians against treason. Khan rejects accusation of religious leaders' involvement, and Islamic Council seeks probe. That's from the nation.
Now from the Punch, starting from the top to the bottom, the top of the story says insecurity worsening despite 10.2 trillion 6-year security vote coming from budgets. Page 18 has a story, and Ahmed appears before Senate, says Army got 1 trillion naira in 2 years, and the Central Bank of Nigeria pay 100 million ransom. Central Bank of Nigeria should pay 100 million ransom to Greenfield, 100 million Greenfield student ransom before it's too late, coming from Sheikh Gumi. And pension operators seek alternative investment as assets decline. Now the screaming headlines, and ACF Ohaneze, PDP slams Buhari as presidency, alleged coup plot. Parents of 29 college students still in kidnappers' den protest in National Assembly. And CCT chair gets Senate's 2 weeks ultimatum to defend assault allegation. Police nab 52-year-old man for defiling 3 daughters and neighbor's niece. Lastly, the herdsmen ejected from Ondo, driven by Kwara residents and security agents. Some of the stories on the national days for today. Dr. Dayo Kayode, thank you so much for being on the news. You don't seem to.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome once again to the show.
Okay, now we have lots of stories here to discuss. But what caught my attention is at my rights, the top rights of the Vanguard paper, that where Lai Mohammed said prosecuting kidnappers, bandits, and not the federal government's job.
You see, Lai Mohammed again. You remember when he was first appointed? You remember his statement that after the I think 2 weeks, whatever that they went for, or they even call it again, retreat. Yeah. What are they supposed to do in retreat? Is it not to study your ministry? He said he wondered what they do in his ministry as a minister, Federal Republic minister. Now see what he saying. What does the Constitution say as regards security of citizens? What does the Constitution say? It is to guarantee the safety and security of Nigerians. Check it. So why is he saying that? That shows the caliber, the capacity, the character of people we have governing us. So why are we not going to see what we are seeing now? What do you expect when you are not putting round peg in the round hole? Do you expect the peg to go inside? No. No matter how you force it, you can't. So this is to tell the people, this is to tell Nigerians that, see, there is nobody, sir, can you be asking a primary school student to solve the sum of dy dx? Or you give such a student almighty formula to solve? No. They never knew governance is different from agitation. They never knew governance is different from being in opposition. Now they are there. What have they used the power for? Look at where we are today. It is the drumbeat of war here, the drumbeat of unrest here, the drumbeat of a kidnapping, insurgency, insurrection, everywhere. Or you see some other people embezzling money. Look at it now. Some people cannot account for how they withdrew how many billions again that you read in the newspaper. Oh, these are issues for concern. And for Lai Mohammed to have uttered that out, it shows the caliber of people we have. Look at the issue of Pantami. It's also there. So who knows how many of them that we have in governance today? During the last administration, which I'm not even trying to say is the best for us, you will hear such utterances from people like Okonjo-Iweala. You will hear utterances like that from people like Ezekwesili.
Ezekwesili, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
What be Ezekwesili?
You will hear such utterances from them. Even sometimes when they are not too sure what they want to do, they ask questions. You know? But look at where we find ourselves. Just because we wanted a change, but we couldn't define the kind of change we're looking for. It's just like your station. You have your philosophy. When this station is about to be established, you decide to cut out your area, what and what you want to be involved in. You didn't use channels, nor use AIT, nor use TVC. You decide to cut your own niche for yourself. This is what I want to use the station for. Are you using it for it? And people knows you for that.
But come to think of it,
yes.
Is judiciary not the one responsible for prosecution?
How do you say judiciary is responsible when judiciary is not even free? When judiciary is not even free. Judiciary, even before the judiciary can adjudicate, executive will have to execute what you have in the constitution by arresting, by apprehending, and take them to the judiciary. Judiciary cannot go out to go and arrest.
Okay.
You understand?
All
the
right.
executive will have to execute what is being written in the constitution by ensuring that the rights and the rights of the citizen are being entrenched, that citizens are being saved. So anybody that is causing and that is acting as an encumbrance to such will have to be arrested and then handed over.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kayode. We'll be coming back to you because you still have a lot more to say in the topic for today, which Margaret now dishes out.
All right, now we've been talking to Dr. Dayo Kayode, a political technocrat. Now the topic for the day, the presidency on Tuesday, one that it will deal decisively with any group that does anything to undermine the democratically elected government in the country, even if some unruly feathers would be ruffled in the process. The presidency also expressed its readiness to keep the country together, even if it involves ruffling unruly feathers in the process. And also, the presidency, in a statement issued by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, in Abuja, alleged that some persons have planned to hold an illegal conference where a vote of no confidence will be passed on President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, it further said that some highly placed individuals in collaboration with some religious leaders and their foreign elements were working hard to undermine the sovereignty and corporate existence of the country. Joining us further to discuss this, we still have Dr. Dayo Kayode, political technocrats. Thank you, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for
being there.
I was sharing the thought earlier. It's been an insightful one. Now, about the alleged planned coup, and I just read a statement by Femi Adesina. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, you see, anybody that wants to speak or talk appropriately on this kind of allegation needs to study it properly. You see, the person that was asked to read out that statement was Femi Adesina, not Garba Shehu. I've been following the trend in this government. It gets some statements that have been allowed to be read out by Garba. Another that I also saw that are being read by Femi Adesina. Anybody can go and look at all those things and then do proper evaluation on it. That is one. Two, the presidency is alleging that some people are planning coup, all right, including religious leaders. But under the rider that we read the other time, can one presidency in bringing in Christian religious leaders, while Muslim clerics are calling for probe. So you're going to see that there's a there's a kind of a different songs being put across by the two leading religion. Okay? Yeah. Again, it should go further. What did the military say about the coup?
They debunked the
because who are supposed to prosecute any coup? The military. But the military is saying no, that they don't have any inkling to any coup. Okay? Who is presidency? Who is the military? All right? The presidency brings up people heading the military in terms of the service chiefs. So they are supposed to owe allegiance to the presidency. Okay? Is it possible? Is it appropriate? If I can even do it, can the civilians? Except through the National Assembly, which is constitutional. Okay? You see, left for me, I wouldn't support any violent removal of any democratic government, no matter how bad that government is. And that is why I will never in any way support any kind of destructive revolutionary activities. When I say destructive, whereby people will die, whereby we lose properties and all that, no. But we can do mindset revolution. All right, by cleaning people's mindset. But look, when people are supposed to campaign, let them campaign. Don't follow anybody on political jamboree. Listen to what they want to say. Or the National Assembly coming up with impeachable offenses, not that they will now use their powers of the Constitution without necessarily doing proper justice to that. To those impeachable offenses. Not that you just go somewhere and call it out and say, I believe in democratic tenets. But at the same time, I wouldn't want presidency to make a hue where there is none. We all remember the issue of, during the Abacha time, when we were having a phantom coup that claimed some people's lives and all that. No, we shouldn't do that. If the presidency is claiming that some people are planning coup, come out with their names. Then let a proper probe take place. And if they are found wanting, let them be dealt with decisively. Because I've been telling people, the state at which we are in Nigeria today is not just being caused by this government alone. It is a trajectory of malfunctioning system. Since this we gotten our independence, and of which nobody was seeing it. We were not looking at it. But today, because of information system, which have become technologically advanced, because of our exposition, because of our education, because of our knowledge, we are now seeing it. It's now spewing us directly into the face. So everybody also need to come together. As we contributed to what is happening in this country, let us also contribute to how to find a veritable solution. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria doesn't belong to one person. I don't want Nigeria to fall. I don't want Nigeria to disintegrate. I don't want a Nigeria where I cannot sleep. I don't want a Nigeria where I cannot drive. I remember when I was growing up, we go out, we enjoy ourselves, We go back to our houses. We go to Leventis, we go to Kingsway to buy goody. Do you understand? To buy toffee sweets. Where are all those things today? It did not just stop today. It did not just stop. I didn't vote for this government. Fine, I can say it anywhere. But at the same time, this is the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And everybody must support it, whatever it is.
Okay, now from...
Why would you want any kind of subversion or a kind of terrorist activities to be taking place?
All right.
The only thing is, let us all join hands together to solve the problem that is facing Nigeria.
From your body language and from your submission, you seem to be implying that the announcement or warning coming from the presidency is nothing to write home about. And going by the saying, there's no smoke without fire. This couldn't have come from emptiness, from nothing. There must have been indicators, to this very fact before they made it public.
You are the one implying, and anybody can imply anything. So also this government can also imply. Listen to this. There hasn't been a period in Nigeria to which we have this kind of drumbeat of war, whereby every region wants to go its own way. There hasn't been any time like that in this country. And because of series of meetings here and there, agitations here and there, and even trying to bring in our foreign counterparts to come and assist in, imagine going to the United Nations, and even some people, their mind has been so skewed to the extent that they say, when we go to the United Nations, what will the United Nations do? The United Nations cannot come to Nigeria and say, you are divide Nigeria. For what? We are signatory to some charters in United Nations. So also Nigeria can say, okay, I withdraw my signature. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So people should know what and what to teach their followers. To that extent, the presidency can term it to be some people are planning to subvert. I think the best word that president is supposed to use instead of coup and then involving the soldier is subversion.
All right, Dr. Dayo.
Not coup, because the military have said they don't know anything about it.
All right,
Dr.
thank you very much.
Thank you. We have another topic for you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this one. But now we have to move into another part of the show, and it's a topic involving the kidnap of some students. Now, before we go on, please do also share your thoughts on our live chat below. We'd love to hear from you and know what you think. Now, bandits have released one of the abducted students of Greenfield University in Kaduna State. The student's mother, Lorita Taiwo, confirmed her son's release on Tuesday. The government and police are yet to speak about the issue, and Mrs. Taiwo refused to give more information about the release. This comes against the backdrop of threats by bandits to kill the students if their parents and government fail to pay 100 million ransom and also provide 10 new motorcycles. And about 16 students are still in captivity following the release of Ataiwo's son. 5 have been killed. A report says Ataiwo's son was released on Saturday after his mother, who is the wife of a retired army officer from Plateau State, paid the ransom to the bandits privately. Now, with the alarming rates of killings, kidnappings and banditry, what are the practical solutions involving the role of non-state actors? We'd like to hear your thoughts on the live chat. And now we still have Dr. Dayo Kayode, political technocrat, with us in the studio.
What do you mean by non-state actors?
Well, I was just coming to that. Now, Sheikh Gumi had said in one of the papers for today, he said, that, I read the Punch and Vanguard, the Punch carried the news. To pay 100 million ransom. That's more like, before it's too late, more like negotiating with these bandits. And the Kano State government has said no negotiation with bandits. In normal systems, they do not negotiate with bandits. So those statements from Sheikh Gumi, we supposed to be in non-state actors. What do you make of it?
You see, rather than me talking about Sheikh Gumi, I will tell viewers themselves to go and Google who Sheikh Gumi is. All right? When they are able to Google who Sheikh Gumi is, then they will be able to make their own comments. Again, government too. Those in government, I know they know who he is. But then I will still advise them, let them Google him, and then to be able to know how to handle this scenario. You know? In Yoruba, there's an adage that says, maybe I'll be able to interpret it in English, I don't know. Because I'm an Ekiti man, and you understand?
We have viewers who are not Yoruba, so for their sake.
For their sake, I will try as much as possible to make the tó do lórí omi. Ìkankan wà lábẹ́ omi tó lùlù fún kò kàn dédé jó. It's just like my friend Nat standing up now and be dancing while we are talking. No, it's not just dancing. There is something motivating him to that dancing. On top of water, you see one small insect like this, be doing like this. Yeah. You will be flying and then be turning up and down, be somersaulting and all that. The Yoruba people are now saying that they call that one lebe in Yoruba. It's not just doing that. There are some people underneath the water beating the drum that you are not seeing, that he is hearing. I don't know whether you understand. Yeah. And that's why I'm saying women should be good. 1, 2. Some statements made by some top political actors need to be evaluated and then make good use of those statements. Like Madam Taraba, like Dr. Belaifa, former deputy governor of a central bank, like Baraje, this leader of the new PDP that led PDP to APC then. All those statements, we need to bring them together and evaluate them for us to be able to solve this problem. Something is happening somewhere that cannot, there are some things that cannot be said on a national television like this. You understand? Right. In Yoruba again, they always say something. That is what an elderly fellow is using to eat this corn that is wrapped. What do you call it now? Akamu. That is wrapped. That white, do you know? The pap that is wrapped. Okay. A solid one. Yeah. What the elderly man is using to eat it. He will bring it out. It's underneath, so that you will not snatch it from him. Do you understand? No. So we need to really go down and evaluate all these things and come up with solutions. The solutions we are going to come up with is not about bloodshed. No, it's about pleading to ourselves. It's about pleading. I'm a student of Mahatma Gandhi. Even though in the past I've been quoting people like J.F. Kennedy that says peaceful, those who make peaceful change make violent change inevitable. But I've come to realize when you war, no matter how you war, you still come back to Georgia. Yeah. And you will have destroyed a lot of things. Why worry? So why not to cuckoo Georgia now? Okay. And then make our country is a place to invest in. You remember what you said the other time? People normally like to come to Nigeria to invest before, but today is a thing of the past.
Now, Doc, you see, these abductors have gone out there to show their seriousness by killing 5 of these abductees, the students. One person out of the remaining 17 students in captivity was released because, as reports have it, ransom was paid privately, and based on that, these other ones were released. They have threatened, remember, they gave an ultimatum, they gave a deadline, and which is about to expire. Don't you think settling, at least securing the lives of these abducted students should be uppermost in our minds? I'm not thinking about whether we're paying ransom or not, whether it is the right thing to do or not, but at least do whatever it is to save the lives of these innocent students who are in captivity.
You see, my heart bleeds for those small children that have been killed and their family I cannot. It's better imagined than experienced. You understand? Sometimes I don't like thinking about this particular, where this particular scenario, the level it is now. The level it is now. Without these abductors having a backbone, I bet you they wouldn't have the temerity of doing what they are doing. For how long are we going to continue like this? You know how much ransom they have received in the past? Are you telling me also that aside from ransom, they cannot be rooted out? Why are we not talking about how to root these people out of our country? How did they get it in the first instance? I don't know whether you understand. Can you imagine from far away America, just 1 or 2 soldiers came, 1 or 2 came to rescue just 1 American here in this our country, and they are under our nose here, and we are still afraid to root them out. Why? Because peradventure some people somewhere are their backbones. I have given you an analogy here that, see, if you are not playing it according to the rules of the game on that chair you are sitting on, and you are not being rooted out, then your management is aware of what you are doing. If your management refuses to root you out and NBC refuses to sanction your station, then NBC too is also an accomplice. So what are we talking about?
What we're talking about is that there is no time.
Listen, either
there is no time. We can't afford to lose these 16 students.
Today now you pay ransom. You pay that ransom. Yes, I would say we should lose those students. But are you saying there are no options?
What are the options? We need them. And
the answer is what I've just told you. It's what I've just told you. Let us go to the Americans. How did they do their own to rescue that guy? How are they able to rescue that guy? Why can't we also do it? Why can't we? Did they have 2 heads? Because when you know how many ransom we have paid in the past? You will pay this one out, they will see go back again and abduct somebody else, and you see pay ransom. So when are we going to stop it? Let us call the spade a spade and stop calling it a farm equipment. All right?
This is the wrong time.
What I'm saying, there is no time that is wrong, because this thing has been an occurrence ever since, and it is time we stop it. If not, it will continue. If we are stopping before now, if they have listened to people like us before now, this one wouldn't have happened. Okay. Even within a short while, if they are ready, if government is ready to handle this, they will still handle it.
Okay, Dr. Daya, about 4 months ago, the military came to say that this PSS bandits are common criminals. Now, note the word common in quote. And now, in other words, is it that the ideas of common criminals the ideas of this common criminals in quote outweighs the military intelligence? Because you mentioned going back to the US to ask for help, but now the same military you are asking to go back has said these people are common.
How common are they?
Well, this question.
If they are common, to what extent have they been able to curb them? That's the issue. And what I'm saying is, you know, I made mention of use of words just now. Use of words. Instead of you using coup, you can use. Do you understand? So how common are they now? They are not common criminals. No, they are sophisticated criminals that are being backed by people that matters. They have the backing of people that matters, and that is why till today none of them have been arrested. Where are they operating from? Are they operating in the space and we can't get to the space? Are they operating under the water and we can't get to the waters? Are they operating inside the tree and we can't get to the trees? It's because they have a cover. If there hadn't been a cover, I'm telling you, this thing wouldn't have. Remember, as bad as we say Abacha was there, Abacha made a statement. He said, any insurgents that a government cannot quench within 24 hours, he said we should ask that government questions. Abacha said it. He's a military man. So the same thing applies here. The other time they say, we are going to quench this within 6 months. December of that year, they say, we have quenched them tactically. This thing now common criminal. The common criminal, bring them to a book now.
Dr. Dayo.
Bring the common criminal to a book. It is becoming and that is why they are now talking about some people planning coup. Face this rose scale instead of you just coming up with what is not.
Okay,
let us face the insecurity that we are having in our country scarcely.
All right, for the sake of time, we don't have enough time to go into more discussions about this, but thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this. All right, I'll just read some of the comments on our social media platforms, and this is not for reactions, just for the comments on what the people say. Leo Issa said the president, just like he rightly said, should focus on the issues in the country when he continues in this terrible way of governance. He should be ready to be toppled. Okay. Patrick Doja said they call him Lai Mohammed. That's all you need to know about the nature of the Nigerian government. Okay, Daniel Samari says, if I have my way, there are some people that are in power that won't be in power in this country. I'm so disappointed. God save Nigeria. Indeed, God will save Nigeria. We've been speaking to Dr. Dayo Kayode, political technocrat, and I like to call him a friend of the house. So thank you one more time, Dr. Dayo.
Thank you very much.
I remain the friend of the house.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you a lot. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, now, Michael?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think we have next Judechi.
Yeah, Judechi.
And sports.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your True unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This now real banga. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food is done ready. Everybody follow me, chop banga, hey banga, extra. Make you follow me, chop banga,
banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga for make your food yum yum.
Yes, welcome back. This is still iBrand Daybreak. It's been a wonderful show so far, hasn't it? Well, we can't end off the show without talking about the stories emanating from the world of sports. Let me start off with the one that went down on Tuesday night right there in the UEFA Champions League. Yes, one team already in the finals awaiting the second team from today's game. Talk about Manchester City, talk about Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, that game last night between Manchester City that is being led by Pep Guardiola have been able to march into the finals of the Champions League for the very first time in, well, say, since Pep Guardiola took charge of the team, and it's been a long dream for the club side for them to get into the Champions League, considering the amount of money they've spent so far in purchasing players, in purchasing, in paying their manager. And of course, you can see it's paying out quite well for them as it stands. They are through to the finals, and over that game after that 2-0 victory over Paris Saint-Germain yesterday, later in the game, it looked like PSG were losing their heads in that one. Red cards flying left, right, and center. Di Maria getting a red card yesterday. Neymar Santos Jr., one of the players who many scrutinized yesterday over his performances for Paris Saint-Germain. But that's not the business of Pep Guardiola and his stooges right now. They've done their own part. They've been able to cruise into that final, and they now await the winner of today's game between Chelsea and Real Madrid. Let me talk about Chelsea, let me talk about Real Madrid. Yes, the one that is expected to go down tonight. 1-1 it ended in the first leg, and many Chelsea fans are saying this is their time once again. Remember the last time they won the Champions League far back in 2012, the first time in their club's history, and they right now are hoping that they can replicate that feat of the drama-led side far back in 2012. They can replicate that feat as they take on Real Madrid tonight, and possibly defeat Manchester City if they eventually make it into the finals of today's game. Well, as it stands, we know that Sergio Ramos is back and would be featuring for Real Madrid, although Rafael Varane is also out for Real Madrid. But the fact that the El Capitone of the Spanish Giants is back, it means that tonight Chelsea would not be having it easy. And we've seen how Thomas Tuchel has been able to turn the tides of Chelsea around. Well, can he turn the tides and ensure that his side cruises into the finals of that one? Let's watch and see how that one pans out. Let me move on and talk about a big story which emanated from yesterday. Yes, talk about Jose Mourinho. Yeah, the big Portuguese man. He's been able to find a new club side. Remember, he was sacked at Tottenham Hotspur like 2 weeks ago. And the interesting thing is, the club side which sacked him, they've not been able to find a new manager for now. They still have Ryan Mason leading the charges right there at the Hotspurs. But Mourinho has moved on from Tottenham Hotspur just 2 weeks. So talk about someone who's big. Yes, DJ Big N would always love to say the one that is big is definitely big. And that's the case with Jose Mourinho. Not difficult for him to get coaching jobs wherever he goes to. Now that's a good one for Mourinho. But let's talk about the bad one for Nigeria right now. Talk about the one that is going on in the Rugby Federation between the Sports Minister Sunday Dare and the Rugby Federation. Yes, we hear that the Rugby Federation are currently being banned right now, and that's due to interference, the government interference that the Sports Minister had a big part of. Last week actually suspended the board of about 31 federations, and right now the hammer is coming down hard on some of our federations. Talk about the Rugby Federation. They've been banned by the Rugby Africa, and that's due to the interference of the sports minister. Well, we'll only have our eyes on that one. We'll just watch from the sidelines and see how the government would have to turn this around, or if they would continue with this interference that could definitely harm our rugby football team. That's all we have for you on today's Sports Update. Michael, back to you.
Yeah, Jidechi, thank you so very much. We're really happy for Manchester City for performing that feat there. And for Nigeria government's interference in sports, this has been dealt with so many times in the past. I really wonder why they still interfere with sports. Look at what it has brought us to. Quite unfortunate there. Thank you once again, Jidechi, for a job well done there. We'll be taking a quick break now and come back with Tweet Central with Margaret.
All right, yes, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with Tweet Central. Stay with us.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
You go enter market.
Alright, many thanks for staying with us. This is still iBrand Daybreak, and if you're just tuning in, you've missed a large part of the segment. But also, as normal, we would have a repeat belt later in the day, and also tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the dot, would have a new, a fresh, and an amazing time with us here. You don't want to miss those ones. And now, Twitter has a lot for us. What's trending now is have faith. One of the trends on Twitter right now is have faith, and one of the tweets read at the _ Chiamaka tweeted, said, "One time I left my glasses at the altar in redemption camp because of faith. My dad was in school the next day with my spare glasses because I was blind though. Omo, I know they believe anybody and their daddy prophecies again." And replying to her at Ola _ Olomola said, "You were obviously mistaught about faith. That's not faith. It's presumption trying to spread us to God how he must heal you. Moreover, who says it's bad for a Christian to use eyeglasses? It's as normal as dental aids. The problem is over spirituality." Well, someone else tweeted and said, "I remember one pastor flinged my glasses away during my pre-degree days. It was my roommate that searched the ground for me after service and put it back on my face. Thank you, Abedi Samuel, wherever you are." And funny one says, "Sika 2001, I threw my crutches away because I felt I was alleviating after listening to the angelic voices of the choir and other voices talking about faith. What happened next? I fell with a thunderous hit. I couldn't even calculate velocity." And replying to that says, "That's at ticking _ clock said, that's not how faith or God works, my brother. Your feelings played tweaked on you." Well, the tweet about faith and feelings, one last one says, "One time I left my glasses at the altar in..." Okay, with this tweet now, replying to the lady who left her glasses at the altar, someone said, "A friend also told me to have faith and stop using Saratan for my glaucoma. Well, I didn't listen to him. Saratan is the healing, my guy." Well, Michael, this brings me to the fact that lots of people are over spiritual. They are highly sanctimonious. It's good to have faith, but just like someone tweeted, saying you can't, at Victor Olomola said, you can't you were mistaught. That's not faith. It's presumption, trying to spell out to God how to heal you. God uses different methods to heal people, if you ask me.
I agree with you, but question of having faith there, like the Bible says, faith without work doesn't achieve any positive results. So faith and work go together. Okay, there is nothing wrong in one exercising one's faith. It depends on individual's relationship with God. The way God works with an individual is different from the way he works with somebody else. So if the guy believes faith can make things happen in his or her life, I wouldn't know whether a girl or a boy there, definitely if that faith is real and backed up with work, definitely we have no reason not to expect a positive result.
Yeah, but the fact that it's okay to have faith. I'm a woman of faith, yeah. So, and I've seen people do not believe in miracle, but I believe in miracle because I have seen them practical, and I believe that.
So what are we talking about?
But then the problem is when some people, they just want to try, not like they actually have faith because, okay, let me just do it and see this God people are saying is really miraculous.
Yeah, that's no faith.
That's just like what the guy said, trying to spell out to God how you want him to heal you. It's okay to drop, but then if you are dropping your glasses with an iota of doubt, it can really kill every kind of faith you think you have.
It really can. I believe in faith.
Yeah, I believe in faith too. And if you don't believe in faith, well, try and believe in faith. All right, we have to wrap up the show now, but I'll leave you with a quote from Theodore Roosevelt that says, "Do what you can with what you have where you are." Use what you have. Do what you can with what you have wherever you are. So it doesn't matter where you are, what you have. Just do something. You can do anything with the little. Just little things you think are nothing. You can really achieve a lot if only you try using them to do what you can. Just like the parable of the person Jesus gave in the Bible gave some talents. The one he gave one went to hide it. So the one he gave 10 used it and he multiplied. So imagine the one, maybe the one he gave 1, I'm trying to be religious now. The one he gave 1 talent thought, it's so small, I can't use it, let me just bury it. But
at the end of the day, he lost the 1.
He lost the 1, and the one who had 10, he had
more.
extra.
Sure.
So use what you can. Have to do what you can.
And I want to put it this way, use what you have to get what you need.
What you need, not what you want. Now, wrap up the show now. Join us tomorrow again for more segment. My name is Margaret Opara.
Tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to put you in a weekend mood. I hope you'll be there. I'm Michael Nath.